You might know me as the girl that can only eat hypoallergenic formula and oats, but today that all changes. We are food trialing broccoli. For day one, we are starting with a itty bitty teeny tiny little piece because food trialing is all about starting small and working your way up slowly. As you can see, I am just putting the little piece of broccoli on my tongue for 30 seconds and making sure I don't have any itchiness, swelling, or hives. The goal here is to get the body familiar with broccoli without like shocking the system, if that makes sense. So about a week ago, I decided to stop the broccoli food trial. It did not go super well. It like just wreaked havoc on my GI system, meaning like I was just in a lot of pain. Like my stomach hurt a ton, my like everything was like bloated, and I was just getting the feeling that my body like wasn't loving it. Okay, quick crash course on my mast cell activation story. Ready? Lock in. So I was born healthy, happy, great. Okay, love that. When I was 2 years old, I had a random anaphylactic reaction to cross-contamination with nuts. My throat started closing. I don't remember this, by the way. This is all like my parents retelling the story to me, but they were like, it was horrifying. Like you could barely breathe. Like everything was like a screaming whistle note. You blew up like a balloon and like whatever. They rushed me to the hospital. Spoiler alert, I lived to tell the tale and ended up leaving the hospital with like a ton of new allergies. So I had a pretty like normal childhood and like adolescence because I just had regular allergies. I started my freshman year of college and I was so excited. But literally within a few days, I ate an ice cream sandwich from an ice cream truck, and I think there was cross-contamination because I immediately went into anaphylaxis and ended up in the hospital. A few days later, I ended up back in the hospital after eating safe food, like food that I've been eating forever. So this was clearly like the heightened immune response, mast cell activation being triggered and all of that. I couldn't stop going into anaphylaxis, so after like 3 or 4 back and forth hospital visits, I went into anaphylaxis again, and my allergist was like, I feel like maybe you might have mast cell activation, but we need to get you into the specialist in order to get that proper diagnosis. It was really scary, okay? All I could tolerate was oats, and I became super undernourished. This is where the baby formula comes in. Stick with me here. Because at that point, I was only down to oats and water, and obviously that's not enough to sustain a human body. So they were like, we're gonna have to do a feeding tube. And then this one doctor, she was like, wait, we do have hypoallergenic baby formula. Like, why don't we give that a shot? And I didn't have a reaction. And it was like a communal sense of relief. Like, oh my God, I have nutrition, I have calories. And I know having baby formula when you're, at that point I was what, 20 years old? Like that's not the goal, but it was the solution that I needed. And now I can tackle the next hurdle, which is food trialing. We are starting the boiled chicken food trial. We are trying sweet potato. Whenever I food trial, it like invites so much instability into my life and invites so many symptoms. It's like rocking the boat. But I choose to take little, calculated risks so that I can live a full and happy life.
I am seen. Are you?